Oh no.
Okay, anyway, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sagas and Solace, The Severed Thread. We're still working on the overlay to get it changed, so sorry if it's a bit confusing. Also, I just changed everybody's um, images in Reactive, and it did not save them, so I'm doing that right now. No, Ginny is not here.
Oh.
Yes, she is in my heart.
Okay.
But that is just the disguise of the Twilight Mouse.
Yeah, that's...
Dude, if you
Totally
disguise yourself
her
as Jenny, there's gonna be a fucking problem.
No, that's
first
not
it'll be very good, and then it'll be very bad when you realize it's not Ginny, but it's this random guy that joined you.
You realize I'm a carnivore?
Oh
I'm just an
no!
herbivore.
Oh no.
Ugh. Okay, who wants to give me the recap?
I would love to.
All right, let me put some music up.
Dun, dun, dun,
See,
dun,
we're
dun, dun,
conflux
dun,
characters. All right, go ahead.
You're making fun of me. Okay. Last episode on Sagas and Solace, we fought some Etherians, and Gruul made zombies. While we sent a message to Captain Carter to parley, and left off having a conversation in the Stone Sanctuary. The situation we're in reminds me of when I was in high school. I was a young wolf, so to speak, in the prime of my youth, being confused about the predator and prey relationship of the primordial masculine and feminine. Must have been this confusion that drove me to almost devour a rabbit classmate of mine. She was terrified and aroused by my carnal canine form. But the next day, that truly haunted me. The musk of a young buck with his deep eyes and arrogant gaze. I stored his scent in my memory as one I will always protect. We wrestled for dominance. He was hard and so was I, but there's a bigger bear lurking in plain sight. My first kiss, actually. All but an accident. I'd already been falsely in love with this rabbit classmate I almost ate, a portent of a future show of primal masculinity. I was soft and gentle, and he was so intimidatingly strong. I couldn't beat him all by myself. Then the scent of the young buck filled my now grizzled canine snout. I was to dine upon his body, ripe and supple for me to assert my grizzled, dangerous, and gentle masculine dominance. He was inside of me now. I could feel it. This is what love was. I could never tell my rabbit girlfriend. She wouldn't understand what it is like to be a man. Am I muted?
No.
Okay.
I was a little stun locked. Thank you.
We're just a little confused.
I see you've chosen
You
this.
guys don't remember that?
I see you've chosen the. Since I'm not going to get inspiration for this anyway, I might as well just talk about Beastars.
It's all I don't know what that is.
Fucking lie.
It's part of my backstory.
I don't know what that is. It's part of my backstory.
Oh. Amazing.
Anyway, what do you guys want to do?
Can I come back? Is it over?
Yeah, it's gone. Everything's fine. There's a bird tweeting outside. It's the only thing keeping me from snapping.
Carla will give a glance to the Twilight Mouse and Knarh. Sit down and begin scribbling something.
Twilight Mouse will glance over at Knarh awkwardly. So,
Slugs.
what is the plan exactly? You're going to send a message to this Captain Carter.
I've already sent it.
You've sent it. So now we what?
Well, wait till he gets back to us. You don't have to. You don't have to come with me. If you're feeling worried.
I'm feeling worried. more so about you.
Hmm. I think our group has split quite enough.
Yeah.
And while you have shown yourself to be one of the more trustworthy individuals in this party, for the most part, don't exactly feel like leaving you out of my sight.
You
That said,
you can entertain yourself as you see fit.
But Mr. Marlowe, wouldn't it be dangerous to go on your own?
Ooh, yeah, most likely.
Well, then I should go with you.
I would advise against that.
I also, unless we disguised you quite thoroughly.
Well, if Mr. Marlowe's going to go, I mean, surely they know about what he is, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I don't think they know what they are, or what anything is, really.
Well,
except for the purview
it's
of
just
their
as
own
obvious that
perspective.
Mr. Marlowe is a foreigner like I am.
Yeah, you look a bit different, though.
Well, so
I
do
don't
you,
think they
Mr.
do
Marlowe.
well with-
Twilight
Yes.
Mouse's entire hat tilts 45 degrees
Well, of
to the
course.
side.
Look at his fine tattoos on his face. They're just as prominent as my snout.
Definitely just as prominent as...
He'll hold up his fucking trunk.
Mr. Laza, while there are many foreigner humans in Corvinus, they tend to play a little under the radar. I think people might notice someone who is quite different. I, for one, have never seen someone with a trunk until I met you.
Well, maybe it's about time they met someone with a trunk. It's a very nice trunk.
I can't help... If there is a plan, and I'm not sure there is exactly yet, maybe we're waiting for more information. If there is a plan, I don't think it involves getting every Mytharian in the entire city of Moaz-Kadan pointed in our direction. I can't help but think that that is exactly the reaction that we would get.
It's a gamble. The problem is that if I lose the gamble, I lose my life. If I win, then maybe some good could come of this. But I don't want you to pay the price of your life. You are the last of the Vega, as they say. You are concerned with the preservation of history.
Well,
I
so are
don't want
you,
you
Mr.
to-
Marlowe. Why is it okay for you to gamble your life and not my own?
That's
You-
my decision. I don't want to...
The same as mine, is it
persuade you.
not?
If you decide to, I hope it is your decision, and not because you feel that you need to for my sake, or because of something I've said.
Well, I would do it because you're my friend, and you should not go alone.
I don't know if I understand that.
Well, Marla, you've got a group. How about I put it that way? You've got a group you're dealing with. Time to figure out a plan.
Well, my plan is to talk to Captain Carter. We have rapport, and just to understand what's happening here.
In an odd way, so do I.
Well, the two of you know him. He doesn't know me. And last run-in I've had with Mytharians, they knew exactly who the Twilight Mouse was and who I am. So if I'm going to be making some kind of disguise.
Did you actually send me the message in DMs?
Yeah. It was a
Hold
week or
on.
two ago.
You can put it in notes.
Let me go look. I don't see it in our DMs.
It's in notes.
It's in notes? Oh, okay. I was looking
just
at
a little ways up.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's right.
419.
Yeah, it's really early
Yeah.
in notes.
Right above the glory shuffle. Glory shuffle. Glory
Go with
silver.
up.
Okay.
Do-do-do-do.
Guys, read it for stream.
Yeah, read it for stream, yeah.
Okay. Here's the message. Message from foreigner Marlowe, Edgington, Lantern Bridge, and Hold. Requesting parley and delivery of information. Let's discuss tomorrow, centermost point of your territory or your convenience.
Hey, and that was with the message spell?
Yeah.
Sorry. In that case, the response is... Hold on, it's 25 words. Let me tap it up.
Meanwhile, I am cooking up a disguise. I'll take the time and use up a charge.
I'm just gonna rest. Decompress. Heal some. I've never used that much magic before.
You looked, well, I don't really know what the word is for it, but less, self-hating, I guess, than back when we were in the tundra. You looked determined.
It was exhausting, Marlowe. I'm just glad I don't explode anymore. So I guess in one way, Telry did get me what I was looking for.
I think you helped a lot more than you might be giving yourself credit for.
Yeah, he got me out of there to start with. Who knows what life would have been like if I stayed, but he got me out and about. It brought me to you guys, and now I no longer truly explode or am a uncontrolled magical threat, per se, as I was always informed. Didn't get my magic stripped, which was the first plan, but I have control over it now, which I guess was plan 2.
Laza receives a response. The response is, interesting. Apostatic contact ill-advised. Meeting arranged at edge of chasm. Dawn tomorrow.
Unless you guys are enthusiastic about leaving something, I can do the honors, so to speak.
I've got a couple of pages. I've got a picture of you. I'll leave it over here somewhere.
Oh,
Miss Knarh, may I borrow your skills for a moment?
Yeah, it stands back up. What?
In that fight, I may have gotten snagged on someone's weapon, and she'll show a big ol' hole in her armor.
Oh, scratches her chin. I can kind of help with that.
You've done it before.
Yes, I can. Here's the thing. If I do it too much, I exhaust myself. I'm not used to having this much magic.
Oh,
Cough.
see.
I can still accidentally get too much exposure on me until I get a chance to full rest and regain apotheosis.
well, isn't isn't mending a cantrip.
Cantrips to add exposure.
Oh, that you got rid of the thing that makes that go away.
I swapped it out for apotheosis, yes.
Ah,
But
well, I
I
don't want to trouble you
will-
then.
No, I'll do it because I can still drink my
No,
my
no.
last potion of purging.
If you're as low as you need to be, I'd rather that. I can get away with not being hit. It'll be fine. Don't worry.
Let me drink one of the potions of purging.
Mr. Marlowe, they want to meet at the chasm by dawn tomorrow. Is that enough time?
Should be. We can rest and then go. Don't think it gives us much time to deliberate, but that might just get in our way anyways.
All right. Whatever you decide to do, I will support you.
Thank you, Laza. Marlowe will finish his writing. Go. You'll place it right here.
Oh, is that the place where we put things?
For now, yeah. Still haven't figured out an organization system.
Yes, it's a bit of a circle, really, isn't it? Is there a place to rest? Since we're waiting until dawn anyway.
In here.
Outside, I suppose.
Outside
I would suggest outside.
of this place?
Yeah, because time still moves outside.
I see.
There's still things happening. It's best not to get lost in here, so to speak.
Back.
Very good then. Well, if we are done here, suppose we should make sure our companions don't getting into trouble.
Marlowe will mold earth right beneath the eye, and he'll retrieve the Shard of Oblivion, put it in his pocket.
Oh boy.
Laza, thanks for everything again.
You cut out there. What'd you say?
I thank Laza for everything again.
Oh, no problem. Are you sure
Please-
you don't want me to go, Mr. Marlowe?
I want you to do what you think is best. I trust your judgment. If you'd like to go, you go. I don't want to be the one who tells you what to do.
Stones must stick together.
Should I make you a disguise, sir?
Oh, no, I have a disguise.
Oh. Okay.
He puts a fake nose
Invisibility?
on his trunk.
Amazing. 10 out of 10.
I intend to use invisibility.
That is probably wiser.
Marlowe will lean down at the gate. He will mold earth a bit. Write, in memory of Cornelius Blackfire, Blackfire Gate, greatest necromancer to have ever lived. Give himself a little smile.
I mouse will roll her eyes under her mask. And we leave.
It's a bit of bardic touch, Mrs. Mouse.
And then as you leave across the continent, pans camera. Someone's writing about me. They misspelled my name!
Cornelius with a K.
No, that son of a bitch!
As long as he doesn't give us a flesh sending.
I'll
in order to-
fucking kill him! Like, you get captured by the Betharians and Cornelius shows up killing everyone else. Thinking of, your life is mine, pit stain!
Cornelius, can you teach me flesh sending? This is woman.
No. No.
Yes, the best spell ever.
Skin send.
Okay, let me gather up everybody.
Does that mean we're getting ready for a long rest?
Yeah, the plan was a long rest beforehand.
Okay, good. I say with my 1 HP.
We have till dawn anyway.
Alright,
Hey, I feel you. I'm at 7.
Nice. Spits up a little blood.
where is... There it is.
Knarh is exhausted and used literally every resource.
Alright, you guys are gonna long rest, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
I see.
Okay. Party
You all
long
long
rest? Where are you guys long resting? Back at your base, I presume?
Yeah, back at base.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Party
What
heads-
are the...
Okay.
Whoa. Yeah.
Alright. Party goes to
Lol.
sleep. Does a long rest. And then awakes the next dawn. The proposed meeting point is about here.
Ah.
That gives that.
You want to point that out for me again? I was still loading.
It's south. Like, at the gate, at the stairs that lead up.
Okay.
Gotcha. Long rest puts me back down, refreshes that, gets rid of that.
So- Should we say that you should send us a message within an hour or so? And if you don't, we should assume you're captured or something?
Takes an hour just to get there.
Yeah, it will take at least an hour to get there. Probably a little longer.
Say by night. If we're not here at our base by night, assume the worst.
Alright.
Don't assume the worst. Don't drop an egg here.
Assume something.
That was never the plan.
Good.
Well, even if it was, I trust your judgment for the most part. Especially Chrome's.
No egg dropping. No. Don't worry about that.
Sound logic.
You have my word.
The way he says that just fills me with confidence. I can't explain it.
What was
Like-
your relationship like with your father?
Who? Me? Or Chrome?
Sorry, never mind. No, you.
Okay, so. Who's going to the meeting?
I am
not the
going to
undead, right?
Everyone
Marlowe
hop
would
in.
object to the undead. Yeah, like, please don't. But if you really want to, he's not going to stop you.
Nara's coming,
So
but
no.
Nara's heading back.
Yeah, it looks like it's just you three.
Does Laza do a group invisibility or just himself?
Well, that depends on what you guys want to do.
I would rather have him do the teleport if I die than, or yeah, that than invisibility.
So contingency.
Contingency? Yeah.
Yeah.
Contingency.
Mhm.
All right, you got it.
On all of us, I'm assuming?
No, that's only on one person.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
All right, Marlowe, go ahead.
Hmm. Marlowe, I feel like you shouldn't go alone. Who do you think you would need with you? Who would be most useful?
I don't want to think like that. If you want to come with me? Come with me. That's it.
I don't. You haven't detailed your plan. You haven't told anyone what you're going to say to him.
Right. He hasn't.
I'm gonna tell him. I'll be open with him. Tell him what I know, and try to ask for what I don't, which is most of the situation in this cave.
Well, then if anyone can get you out of there quickly, or at least distract and then escape themselves, it'll be me. So I'm going with you.
I can get out fairly quickly. I'll come.
I have a quick question. When you disappear, Marlowe, you come back to the orb, right?
Where it is, yeah.
All right, I'll keep the orb here. I'll stay behind. Obviously.
I trust you to take it with you if you want to go speak to the ghost dwarves or whoever this place is owned by.
I believe we're doing your part first. Then, in the meantime, I do mine.
Oh, so we're not really splitting. We're watching from afar.
I would recommend you, Mouse, to stay behind, just in case. You can watch him, but if anything happens, you should hurry back, because he gets teleported and you don't.
That's a good point. I will be stealthy. I'll watch from a distance.
I'm much less stealthy, but I can relatively teleport myself.
Unless they're ready for you. Marlowe just sent them a magic message.
Yeah?
They'll be prepared.
Yeah.
I would not expect being able to escape through magical means easily. Be ready for a trap.
All right.
Well, Marlowe, if you're going, go ahead and I will follow behind.
Lead the way.
And I'm going to stealth.
All right, hold there. You guys weren't on the map yet. You're traveling to
Oh.
here, so.
Oh.
Yep.
So move yourself up here if you're not coming. Okay. One moment.
Mhm.
And so, Marlowe, Knarh, and the Twilight Mouse in disguise make their way to the south, following until finally they come to a break in the chasm. Up ahead, they can see a whole line of torchlight, held, they presume, by those waiting for them. It would seem that Captain John Carter is amongst them. His retinue is somewhat small, leading you to believe that perhaps he does not expect a fight, but at the same time, not going to allow himself to be vulnerable to one, and you see these.
I am going to be stealthy.
Marlowe will approach, the hands raised, and give a slight bow.
As he approaches, the man will kind of squint his eyes. And then he'll say, with a kind of an astonished look, "Is that who I think it is?"
Yes, it's been some time. Marlowe,
Oh, right, yeah.
the
I
Razor
see-
Cliffs.
I seem to remember you had a cloak on you.
Those were wings, actually. I had removed them.
I see. Well then, Marlowe, I was disturbed to receive a magic through apostatic communication, and by a voice I did not recognize. How curious it is to find me face to face with someone such as yourself. Are the fugitives with you? Insight check, please. As you study Captain Carter's stance, you can see that he is quite comfortable in his command position, but when he asks you about the fugitives, you get the feeling as if he hopes that they did, and there is no malice in his voice or eye.
One is, whom you know as Knarh, my friend here, actually. Marlowe will gesture behind him.
His
The other
gesture now
we-
will step into the light a little bit.
The other we parted ways with. Bit of a... he chose his own path.
So you are to tell me that Telry Lanternbridge yet still lives?
He does. He has, made an alliance with the Barrow King to the east. Seems, he's on a journey of his own.
The captain will look a bit taken aback by that. You side with such entities. I had not thought the lad had it in him. Still, reminiscing is for another time. You have summoned me
This is
here, Marlowe.
correct.
I hope it is for good reason.
It is. I will be as honest, open, and as direct as my poetic leanings will allow me to be. I've come to deliver information, perhaps gain some insight about this place, and also fulfill a request from an Inquisitor. I'll begin with the request of the Inquisitor as a gesture of good faith. We had met on our journey from the Bard's College to Aldafife. You know what Inquisitor was stationed a few miles west of the river 6 months ago, perhaps? I don't know if your station would give you that kind of knowledge.
There are many
I asked-
inquisitors in employ to the church. Please continue.
Well, I asked that you help this find them. It's a copy of the saga that was found deep within the swamp, the territory of the Barrow King, where we had parted ways with Telry. It's a tale of Matheria and her companions before her ascension. This is a copy for you.
He will raise an eyebrow and will take it from you. A saga. You said this is a copy.
It is, yes.
I take it you are still in service to Mournhouse Bard College, despite the political climate.
I'm in service to their sentiments. I'm a foreigner to these lands. I see things through a foreign perspective. But I appreciate their willingness to preserve history that is not my own. But I choose not to take a side in whatever their politics are.
Indeed. Convenient to avoid war, he says unjudgingly as he places the saga away. Thank you. We know that many in your position, especially those that dwiddle themselves with the apostatic powers, would be remiss to provide any sort of friendly dialogue. I will take this as a measure of your good faith. However, since we are speaking in terms of good faith, I have a single question.
What would you like to know?
We have recently received reports that one of our braziers has been destroyed. In addition, I find it quite convenient, or perhaps inconvenient, to find you and your compatriots once more in a thrum of trouble when there was once none. Especially here, within the city, and not out in the mountains. I know not how you slipped past the guard, or perhaps you were always here. My question is, do you know what happened to our brazier and the men guarding it?
Yes, we killed them and took the brazier.
You can see that his men behind him kind of look shocked and angered. And the captain will then adjust himself. You're an honest man, Marlowe. Therefore I shall ask, why, if you have taken no side, why have you killed my men? Uh-oh.
They were one of the hundreds of Matherians that we had killed. Nameless people serving as a means to an end to try and stop this continent from... It's not even... The brazier was in our way.
Marlowe, those
Yes.
men and women were not nameless. They have families, children, brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers. People I will have to write of their demise. They are not nameless. If you have taken no side, and if it was in your way, pray tell, what? What did the braziers prevent you from doing precisely that it required the deaths of my men?
You remember the other companions that we had? The orcs.
I do not recall.
They're travelers much like myself. Adult orcs. We had stumbled across, well, sought out information. And upon learning that information, they, out of desperation, chose to become undead. And in order to prevent what we are hoping to prevent, they became undead. The brazier would stop them from doing what we need to do here. There's a lot running through my mind of what I want to tell you, and it's hard for me to get my words straight, but we are here. We did not enter through the front door. We teleported here, effectively, to take this city and establish a neutral zone. From I messaged you to perhaps see if all of you would not be nameless roadblocks in our mission. But perhaps people we could work with, given understanding.
How long have you possessed this capacity?
To what?
To contact me.
Months, probably?
And yet you have killed my men before contacting me. Why? If your intent was to parley, and perhaps attribute us with names and faces, as you say, why did you wait until after you have killed innocent Mytharians? I wonder, did you attempt to parley with them? Or did you attack from the shadows?
We did not attempt to parley with them. And it is a bit of that guilt that drove me to speak to you openly.
Well, I suppose there are small victories, and that your guilt is admitted to exist.
There is a tremendous amount of immediacy that calls forth desperation with the information that we've found. And all of our actions are, perhaps they will be seen as heroic good, or just futile acts of desperation.
You stated
I would
that
rather...
you wish to start a neutral zone. Elaborate.
Correct. I'll give you a bit of my perspective that I've learned from my detachment, so to speak. My home is not sick. Your home, Corvanus, is very sick. We have learned that your god was forced into imprisonment. And the druids of my home, they take care of the magic. They let us cast as if it were an art form. And the druids of your home were derelict in their duty. And I'm not here to judge the actions of the Mytharians or Mytharia. I'm here to help solve one that requires your church to spend most of its existence focused on killing magic users. And I'm afraid I can't be a bystander and observer if everyone on this continent is dead. Druids, Mytharians, magic users, alike.
So you were making a neutral zone for what?
To provide a staging grounds for foreigners and those natives who see within the breadth of our foreigner vision, so that we can tackle the ancient gods of the Anvanti, those whose visage have been adopted by the Four Knights, those of the ancient gods, so to speak, and corrupted ley lines in the Isle of Mana to the northwest.
I see. And what, pray tell, was so inefficient about the neutral ground that already exists for foreigners, that you had to go make your own? Or have you never been to Saphira?
I haven't, actually, but Saphira doesn't have a Fey gate underneath it. This place has a magical gate connecting to other points. On opening it, one could travel across the continent quite quickly. Be very useful.
Indeed. And where, pray tell, is this Fey gate?
It's at the center of the stone pyramid thing at the middle?
Ah. Yes, that seems likely, now that I think of it. Well then, a staging ground. A state of neutrality. To do what? Precisely. Capture and hold this Faygate? To use it to push an agenda of the saving of the continent?
A bit of all of the above. It's really aligns with the theme of panic and desperation.
You would do all of this.
But yes.
You would do all of this by what authority? Your own?
Yeah?
I see.
Adrenaline?
So you claim that by your own authority, you, and I presume your companions, are to conquer this gate, to defend it, to use it, to enact your agenda, which is to cure our sickened land.
Yes. We've sent messages we sent messages out to other travelers, one of which is a contingent of Inquisitors. The Ginny Lantern Bridge, Telry's sister. She seemed loyal, considering her tabards. Rest were other foreigners, people who look like druids.
I see.
Cat guy.
So you have sent messages, one of which to yet another lantern bridge, to entice them to journey here.
To let them know what we are doing.
So, just to let them know what you're doing.
Yes, letting them know that there will be a place of neutrality.
And
The
you
more
are,
I think about it, the more we might just be dead. They might show up here as a nuisance on your doorstep, but in some sense, I think it's the effort that counts.
And you are how many?
6.
Audacious. Perhaps. Hubris. In either case, you have elected to do this upon this city that is yet in the midst of being conquered by Metheria's light. Just recently, we have upended a brigand, a false noble using stolen credentials to lay claim to this place. He had convinced many that he was who he said he was. He is summarily being punished and I imagine imprisoned within Demon's Deep, and we have been given permission from the very dwarven race that once owned this city to conquer it, and through our dealings be able to arrive at an amenable agreement. It is not just Metheria that you trespass against, but the dwarves themselves.
I don't really care about any of this. And caring about this might be a necessity to achieving this goal or this attempt, but
You do not care about any of this?
all the politics, the wars, the Metherian Church. We've learned that the entire continent will be destroyed, and not by a war, but the landmass itself will be upended, churned and spat out to start anew, for another empire to build itself upon, and probably make similar noble efforts and repeat itself.
Indeed. And you know this how?
From the entirety of our journey, following the sagas, learning about the ancients, the Envanti. One discovery after the next led us to understand the root of the sickness and the reason for the noble attempt by Matheria to buy the continent time. We've discovered that it wasn't enough. And pardon my pessimistic tone, but I have come to feel that life is cheap on Corvinus. I've grown bitter over the negligence of those who should have preserved history and decide to burn it instead. People who should have known about this. And here I am, someone who has no business getting involved with this.
Indeed, as you
Trying
have
to help
said,
those
you do not
do.
care, and yet you are here. Strange, if you find your bitterness against how cheaply life is found, that you would attack without provocation, and then contact me out of your guilt. Well,
I can't disagree with you.
progress, I suppose. Very well. You have made many claims, Marlowe. You have made many claims. Claims that surely you have evidence to support other than just your word.
I will make a few more, because I don't think I've painted an accurate picture. And maybe this will just further ambiguate things, but be brief. Matheria has returned.
Alright, at that point, people in the back totally look shocked. Carter raises an eyebrow, and I need you to make an insight check. Okay, it seems that everyone is surprised to hear that news.
Demons are making face. The veil that held back demons thins. The light split between those who inherited to bear its burden and the original woman herself. She's now chained up to a rock, her soul trapped in a succubus as a prisoner in the demon wastes. I don't know what that sounds like to you. I don't know. To a foreigner, that seems like a tale as any other, I guess. But
To any Matherian, I bet it sounds outlandish, Marlowe.
Indeed. I'm inclined to believe you, but only through the pure audacity of such a statement. And you have, as so far, been honest with me. But let us say that
I've sent
you
this
are...
record to the Inquisitors in the East, the contingent. They have her precise location. Only time will tell if they choose to act on it.
The
though.
Inquisitors
Perhaps...
to the east. Are you referring to Ginny Lanternbridge?
Yes.
I see. And you sent the precise location to them?
Yes.
I see. I have heard no word, but news does travel slowly. News that isn't debauched by apostasy, that is. Would you please divulge the precise coordinates to myself?
Yeah. It's, Marlowe will pull out a map, and he will point.
Captain Carter will snap his fingers and call over Intercessor, who will take a look at your map, and will start to mark his own.
And this is the location that links to the Fey Gate here.
Those coordinates will be written down. You claim that Our Lady Matheria has not perished, but is trapped within a demon's form?
I do, yeah. This is something learned through libraries of foreigners who know more of the detached history of this land, as well as the sagas and our journey through them.
The man will take a moment and stroke his chin. All right, I need a persuasion check, Marlowe. Let's see if you can nail it home.
I'm gonna choose to fail. I don't want to persuade him.
You can't help but persuade people when you say words at them.
What?
Whether you're persuasive or not is not an attempt at lying to them or anything.
I don't want to assuage him to feel a certain way.
That's not what the check is for.
Okay.
If essentially what you're doing right now is okay, let me ask you something. All right, let me ask this: do you want him to listen to you? Do you want to pierce the dogmatic veil that he is behind?
Yes, I don't want to help him make a decision.
That is. Then why are you talking to him? Like, you see what I mean? Like, that's inescapable. You're helping him make a decision by offering him information.
I guess that's up to him. This is like
that's not up to him. Like, you were literally interfering. Like, I don't. I'm sorry. I that's what you're doing.
16.
Oh my god.
Huh?
Do whatever you want with this information.
Like
Can I just describe how this ballista hits the guy and not make a roll for it?
Anyway, so as you present the notions before him, the words will linger on Carter. And then he will nod. Let us for a moment pretend that what you say is true. That your claims are not false. I would presume that you would give us this information in the hopes that we would work together. Yes? And by work together, I mean that you can operate within the city unmolested.
Yes, that is the goal.
And you presume, therefore, that you would be given forgiveness and contrition for the slaying of my men.
I haven't presumed that.
Good.
Haven't even really thought about that. Sort of blinded by the knowledge that all of this might be just a joke. Meaningless.
Well, my dear Marlowe, I'm not laughing. Those men were no joke to me. And I find it perplexing, perhaps even vexing, that a man that claims to not care can put himself in such a position as to be some sort of nonchalant savior. To give us information because it is wrong for us not to know, and yet abjectly and apathetically avoid the responsibility for its presentation. You say you do not care, and yet you act out of care. Or whatever label you choose to place upon that. How can I trust the words of a man who doesn't even seem to know himself? Especially one who has murdered my people.
It's a good question. I don't know if I can answer that for you.
I thought not. Therefore, I am left with a very precarious position. If what you say is true, and the entirety of the continent is being threatened by forces unknown, that is something I am very much interested in, because my people and I are some of those that live within this world. And if the threat is greater than our, as you put it, politics, that you do not care of, for they are so inconsequential to you, then yes, these are things that I would like to know of. But by that same presentation, I question the integrity of your presentation. If you do not care, then why tell me at all?
Oh, that was the right thing to do.
So you care for morality, then? Or justice, by whatever form it might take within yourself?
Yeah, I guess so.
Convincing. You've presented me much, Marlowe. You've admitted to the murder of my people. But you have also given us a piece of our own history, and indeed, from what I can tell, a prophetic revelation that our goddess yet lives. And you have even taken it upon yourself to inform multiple aspects of the church. I doubt to ensure that we would know, but more so out of some duty I have yet to see the merit of, or perhaps the source of, to be more accurate. Our history together tells me that you, at least to some part, are a man who understands and appreciates the nuance of our religion, perhaps the nuance of life. A curious position indeed. By Matharia's law, you shall be captured, drawn, and quartered. After you are, of course, tortured for all the other information that you may or may not be hiding from us, as you are both an apostate and indeed a murderer. And yet, to do so would undoubtedly harm the world, at least according to what you have told me. So I suppose the question is this. Let us say that you accomplish your goal, and you make neutral ground. What if no one comes? What if your words fail to convince them? What would you do then, I wonder?
Probably think about the good and evil or something like that. I understand that saving the world is probably a very unlikely outcome. But I've chosen to do something about it. And I don't even know how I feel about that. And all of our companions have chosen to do the same thing. So, I guess we'll tackle it when we get there.
In one hand, you walk with an assurance, and in another hand, a complete lack of certainty. Such is the way of the unfaithful, I suppose. But very well. You have provided us Saga. That, I know, has value. I can see it, and I know of it. And once I have had my own specialists investigate its authenticity, we will verify if you are a man that at least to his word can be trusted. But the rest that you have claimed, this Fey Gate, these apostatic powers, these I will not be so accommodating of. And then there is, of course, the crime of killing my men. As you claim no faction, it is not an act of war, but that of murder. We make peace with our enemies, not with those that kill for no reason. So, what to do of that?
There is more to be dealt with as well. I have a few more things for you, not to overburden your plate. But
Please continue.
I remember last when we spoke was of Mr. Lanternbridge, and by some extension, your faith. I remember what you told him after that, about what a man is worth. Marlowe will take out the anointed silver coin from his pocket, and he will hand it over.
He'll take it and look at it, and then look back, waiting for you to continue.
Something else that has been troubling me as of late. This is what the life of your friend was worth to the church. To me, his worth was in revealing his corruption. It was worth a bout of political favor I used to protect the integrity of the Sagas. By my foreign interests being one of record keeping. I guess I want to apologize. I don't know if I owe you one. If this price your friend paid is the correct thing to do, but it was certainly cheap to me, and that has been eating at me for some time.
Carter has no response. He'll put the coin away. Is there anything else? Make an insight check.
Can I as well?
No, you're far away, holding a fucking siege weapon.
Fair enough.
You feel that your words have thoroughly shook Captain Carter. His friend's life was worth far more to him than a piece of silver.
For the last thing, if you want help finding your goddess and hearing her side of the story, I can show that to you. Then perhaps we can, together, if that is a possibility, take the city and establish a neutral zone. Then I can help you get there in person.
Carter will rub his chin. You would offer such aid to Matheria? To the church? Despite your not taking of sides? Most assuredly, that would be quite the boon for us to have our goddess returned.
I don't know Matheria. In my eyes, she's just a foreigner. But I do know that lost, and that to me that is a great evil. It's wrong, to say the very least.
Knarh nods her head.
Marlowe will look back at Knarh and sort of gesture, like, you want to join us?
Knarh steps forward a little bit. Looks at literally all of them. Hi. Waves. Hey, Carter.
He'll look over. Miss Knarh. Well then, if you claim that you are able to establish contact with Matheria, I am inclined to parley with you. Perhaps an arrangement can be made. I will need to speak with my superiors, which, because we do not use apostatic means of communication, I may require some time to get you a proper answer.
I can't establish contact with her.
For,
Because I don't
for the
think so.
best, Marlowe.
Take your vitamins, Marlowe.
Breathe.
Is that
breathe.
what that alarm was? Oh, sorry, that's what I thought it sounded like.
Was there an alarm coming from my
Did anybody else hear that noise, or is it just me? That
No.
I heard a slight beep.
Oh shit! No, that's my
Is it-
headset telling me that it's
Is
almost
it your
out of
alarm?
battery. Oh, that's
Oh,
the sound
no.
it makes.
Like, oh shit, I didn't take my vitamins. Fuck, thank you.
The first
We
time? That's a long
haven't
battery.
taken our meds today.
Oh,
We're
shit.
hearing noises.
Time to plug in.
Okay. I'm back. So anyway,
Right.
he will continue and he will say, I thought that you just said that you can provide us contact with her, to speak with her.
No, that would require traveling and speaking to her. It's the potential that's opened by accessing the Fey Gates. What I do have is something that belongs to her people. It's a memory of hers.
He will raise an eyebrow. You possess a memory?
I do, yeah.
He does make such complicated plans.
He'll seem to like scoff at that a little bit. What do you mean, a memory?
Marlowe will pull out the Shard of Oblivion from his pocket.
Oh,
Eyes widen.
that.
John Carter will take a small step back as he looks down. What is that?
It's a shard of memory.
It's one way to
We
put it.
can. I hope it can help us remember a tale of another traveler, lost to oblivion. A deal made and those who had made it. Asked for a memory belonging to her people, to find itself back into history where it belongs.
Captain Carter will reach out towards it.
Marlowe?
Do you give it to him?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Marlowe?
So be it. Alright. As you place the Shard of Oblivion in the hand of Captain John Carter, he will look at it. His eyes widen from shock. A strange and wondrous thing placed within his hand. He will say, You say it is her memory. How do we see it?
Look at Marlowe.
I don't know. It's the memory from the perspective of someone who made a deal with her.
I see.
Her ascension to godhood. Everything that entails.
Well then, I shall see what our seers can uncover.
Be very careful with that.
And he will put it away.
All right. Well, warnings were given. Good. Good.
Is there anything else that you'd like to drop on us?
Well, I'll leave you with this. What is your worth, Mr. Carter? 'Cause I think a man's worth is what he indebts himself to. I wonder what you've indebted yourself to, and is she worth it?
That is where we differ,
Well-
Mr. Marlowe. You ask me my worth, I tell you, I do not know. For a man's worth is not judged by himself, but by others, in a life remembered. I do what I do, not because I wish to be worthy. I do what I do because it is right. It is as simple as that. I will need time to speak with my superiors. In the meantime, we will remain out of each other's way. And as a show of good faith, as you have come forth and shown as well, if you are to be judged a miscreant and to be brought to Metheria's justice, I shall give you the good nature of a warning. I will not be like you and attack unprompted, unaware, and unprovoked.
Knarh gives a bow.
Marlowe doesn't respond, but he gives a nod.
Very well.
As they break away, I will remove my hand from the trigger and disappear back into the shadows.
Looks at Marlowe. Did you make a good choice there?
Doesn't matter.
Meanwhile, back in Undead Land, what do you get when you cross a chicken and a cow?
Go ahead.
Mark!
I didn't know you could scream.
That's so funny, I came to life.
I came to life! He turned into a shark! That's so funny, I came to life!
Amazing.
Alright. What do you guys do next?
I think the undead were going to attempt communication with the other side of this battlefield.
Oh, good! Oh, great.
You guys are still here.
Yeah.
Man, sorry, I'm dealing with what you just did. Give me a second. Man.
Yeah, I'm absorbing.
Me too.
Oh, okay, man. Wow, you just handed that shit over.
Part of the reason we came here was to remove the Metherian presence to make it all easy. Killing Captain Carter would have probably solved the majority of that.
Man, no warnings either. Jesus.
I probably wouldn't have been very easy to kill him, though.
I had my hands on the trigger of a ballista pointed at his head the entire time.
Why didn't you shoot him?
Splattering blood on us.
Because I was waiting to see what would happen.
Well.
I hope whatever you gave him, Marlowe, is worth it and doesn't kill them.
I have no fucking clue if that'll kill him. It might. But thought it was the most.
Well, when it comes down to it, if they were to
Alright.
need help or anything with the Metheria thing, yeah, I'm on board with that.
I need a few minutes, so go ahead and roleplay amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Ugh, man.
Meanwhile,
All right.
with the undeads.
I did actually want to talk to Chrome and Swigg, so while we had time, I will do my best to put myself back together.
You want to do that
Right.
before we arrive back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll be off screen then.
Yeah, he'll he would approach Swigg and Chrome for a moment, and he will.
Welcome.
Can I ask you both a question? Are
Why
you?
not?
In the end, we're all trying to stop this. The island, the ancients, all that, right?
I would
Which-
believe so.
I nod.
Why do you ask?
Hmm. I've accepted what I'm going to be doing. I'll have to do. And you have all encouraged me, but it is not the path I was expecting to take, I guess. All of this was sudden. We move on, learn of greater evils of the church, and then we start learning about the histories of Bavaria, start learning about the ancients, the Isle, all of it escalating endlessly into some world-ending event, and now apparently we and like a handful of people actually know what the issue is. I guess it's overwhelming.
It can be. Sometimes it is rather be overwhelmed than be light, dude.
I just know I have to do something. I have to fight. I have to do what needs to be done. Everything needs to be done, and I'm only one person. But I don't have to be one person anymore. I can make a whole army of people just capable of doing what I need them to do.
I don't think what you're able to make would be capable.
Once it grew, I believe I could, but it's short-lived at the moment. But I think a little work on it, I might be able to get something a bit more permanent.
But that is permanent.
More in controllable, I guess you could say.
Are you speaking about yourself or your offsprings you can create?
More towards the offspring. It's whether it's finding new ways of, I don't know, communicating with them, something. But this is tangential.
Do you feel like you've done the wrong part?
I've done the part I needed to do. Right or wrong at this point is eating at me. But I can't worry about that. We've got a whole continent to save. I can't worry. But I gave up being Gruul in hopes of that I would stop having to worry about this. I accepted my undeath. I've accepted all of this. And I worry.
For yourself? Or for others?
Always others. My brother. We were able to locate him. He's over in the church. I figured he would. Always would be the type for it. I think he'd be safe. I should be able to fight the church and all of this without having to, I don't know, maybe be able to warn him. But he could easily be some random person killed in another fight, another war, another point. My mother could be forgotten out in the ice folds, and I have to let it go.
They will not be forgotten if you remember them. Just worry less of them and worry more of yourself. Keep yourself, I guess, shambling so you that may remember them in a way. Sorry, I'm not really good with these words. That's more of a other person thing, but hey, know your words, don't fall on deaf ears.
I appreciate it. I've moved on, I guess, in the best I can. He'll lift up his trident. In many ways, I followed your path, Veneth, Chrome. My grandfather also wielded a trident in his life. I thought it appropriate that in my death I should also wield his weapon, just as in life I wielded something similar to my mother's. Passing on while still remembering them.
So you cherish their memories.
He'll not.
Good. Remember those memories. They may come a time where those hidden, tiny lessons will come in handy. I don't know what you are going through. Perhaps I did. Perhaps I've been in your shoes. But I stick to memory, as they can never lie. I walk forward, no matter what excuse I make, no matter what event halts me. I do what I do, what needs to be done. Perhaps you must do the same. Now, yeah, do not let your past entanglement the present or the future for you. Own it. Make it your own.
I'll do what I need to do. Thank you. That should be enough for now. I need a moment to tend to my wounds, and unfortunately, you can't treat yours while I'm here, so. And he'll go walk off to some other part of the house and just kind of stew and unstuff.
All right, so I'm back.
Up.
Does the party rest?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we did before.
Yeah, I'm asking, do you rest a second time?
I think we were gonna head over to the dwarves, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Are you heading over to the dwarves before we get back, or are you waiting for us to get back?
Well, you said till night, right?
Yeah, if you don't hear back from us by nighttime, assume we're dead.
Yeah,
And Twilight Mass was all optimistic or something.
Yeah, they returned by like an hour. Like they're not gone. Well, it'd be more like 6, but yeah, they come back. You guys are still there.
So you got a whole day to yourselves.
Yeah, I think it's probably an imperative to go to the dwarves first before you rest again.
Yeah. Apart, should we wait and then wait for them and then know that they're good and we take our turn to go communicate? Or do we just leave before they come back?
I mean, if they're back quickly, probably more likely to just wait on them for a little bit.
I'd be fine with that. Just wait, and then after they know that they're okay, we can head out.
And so we can come back, I suppose.
Yep. You come back.
Now the other group heads out.
Okay. And where are you going?
We were gonna head. Well, I guess do we talk first?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why
You
are we
wanna talk?
separating where we
Yeah,
can all
yeah.
go?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Why are we separating where we can all
Goodbye.
go and we're already rested?
I just need to know
Everybody
where
is
you
good.
are and how much time passes. That's all I'm going for. here.
We're all. It was 6 hours to talk and come back, then 6 hours forward, and we're all at home base.
Go ahead then.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You guys still here?
Well, we've thought it best to wait, all things considered. If we need
Oh.
to come in and we're on the other side of the city.
Yeah, Captain Carter didn't kill us.
That's good. But I worry about our side just because we don't have abilities to come back. We don't know if the dwarves are foe or enemies, just like the church. But unlike the church, we have information to give them. The dwarves we know nothing of, information to give. We're basically walking in blind.
We learned a bit from Carter. Well, not much, but I'd given him a lot for him to chew on. But he mentioned that they effectively got some permission from the original owners of this place, the dwarves of Demon's Deep. And they're helping them retake this place. Effectively, the ghost. I should have asked them if they were ghosts, but those dwarves up there are effectively on stolen land or something.
So the talks went well?
Yeah, I want to say it went all right.
He was a little upset about us.
Well,
Men.
why wouldn't he be, Marlowe?
Fair, we did kill them. So
Yeah.
I would agree.
I didn't really ever consider attributing emotions to those people.
Truth be told, coming here, I did not think about communicating with Carter till you brought it up. I didn't think we would have the chance or ability to convince them.
Considering half of us are undead.
Did you? They are aware of us, right? We.
He
They
did
are,
mention you, yes.
I don't
I
remember all of what I told him, but I laid everything out on the table. I told him about the Fey Gates, his god, Lady Matheria, being chained up as a succubus.
Wait.
We're going to, in essence, try to just keep our distance from each other. Yes, we have a good talk.
Wait. You told the Matherian about the Fey Gates?
Oh, he told Carter everything.
I told, yeah, it would be easiest for him to get to the demon wastes that way, where she's chained up.
Right. Okay, any other key pieces of information?
Assume that Marlowe has told this man everything he's ever heard. Because that would
We
be
probably
pretty
missed a lot,
close.
but yeah, that's an accurate assessment.
And he still agreed?
He agreed not to kill us for now. I think his plate's full, so to speak.
Very benevolent seeming man.
Brother?
That is a good guy.
Listening to you speak, I understood a little about him and why he would let Knarh and Telry escape. He does not seem to adhere so heavily to doctrine, he's not able to open his eyes to the situation. Seems like a good man. I would have hated to kill him. But if we need to do it, to take the Fey Gate and move forward, I would have. I was very close. But we must move forward. Who's going to speak to the dwarves? We need to get the rest of this plan in motion.
That is
We
one
should
day
probably all
close.
Walk
I
through the
would-
magic
I would agree.
barrier.
I suppose. I would like to be there for that one as well.
We can attempt to.
It seems
I
you
see
guys
now.
are talking over each other. I don't know if I'm just delayed on my end, but it's like you guys are overlapping each other a lot.
No, we're
Yeah,
tripping.
yeah, we are.
Whoops.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The silent pauses are a bit off kilter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah. Now we're chill. Let's go.
Is it my turn to talk?
Yes. Talking to Chrome.
No, it's all I said was I would advise all of us to go because we know little of the dwarves, but we know a lot about the Betharians just because, well, all of us has interacted with them.
Before we go, I want to ask Laza something. Mr. Laza?
Yes, Mr. Marlowe?
You wanted to join us, but you didn't say anything.
Well, I was watching. Besides, you said I was... stand out.
Well, yeah, I don't think they're accustomed to people who share your face.
They likely would have called you out for a demon or something of the sort.
Or one of those skinwalkers. You never know.
I was there to make sure that no harm came to you, Mr. Marlowe. But, if you want my opinion, Mr. Carter, the captain, he seems a decent man. He certainly had a good point about us killing those people. But, at the same time, it almost seemed like he understood. In the haze of war, I'm not sure. I did find it peculiar. When he was holding the object you gave him, he seemed thrilled, not afraid, which is different than I thought a servant of Mytheria would feel. It's quite a potent bit of magic, but he didn't shy away from it.
What are you implying, Mr. Laza?
Well, I guess I don't really know what I'm implying. It just seemed that it was odd, no? He wasn't afraid of it. He was thrilled by it.
It? Wait, what was given to him?
You remember the violet shard
The
we investigated in the library?
the shard. You gave him the shard
Yes, I gave it to him.
that the gambler Black told you was one of the most dangerous objects to ever exist.
Yeah, I don't really know him.
I-
Or really respect him.
We then went to
But
the
yes, I do.
library and then read about the violet, and then was then once again reinformed that it is one of the most dangerous things to ever exist.
Yes, I was also informed of what it was.
What is that supposed to mean?
It's a memory.
That's not all it is. What do you even mean by a memory?
It's a memory of that color, the thing that made the deal with Matheria.
Did you tell him that?
Yeah, I told him that almost exactly, I think.
So, apologies. I think questioning over. Did you tell him that it was one of the most dangerous things to ever exist?
No, I left
warning.
that out. But I think we gave him. Knarh gave him a warning.
Warning about
I
what?
said, hey, that's extremely dangerous. Be very careful with it, please.
And did you get a response?
The response was still kind of shock and probably a little bit of horror and a little bit of awe.
All the wind will immediately leave. That didn't exist. And then it visibly deflates. You handed it to him.
I gave it to him.
Yes.
I physically handed it to him.
The one thing that was able to... this power imprisoned a god. A god.
I think it gave her godhood. But in some extent, yeah.
I think I see where Mr. Gruul is coming from with this. Marlowe, you do not strike me as the type of man with impetus, a certain need, a strive for domination.
I thought the idea was to make sure that the continent doesn't get destroyed, not handing people the tools to destroy it with.
I doubt he knows how
Say
to
the
use it to
people with an
destroy
egg.
anything.
Yeah.
No, that's the problem. He doesn't know.
Well, according to the research, there has to be a lot of intent behind the use of it. I'm sure
What
that
if-
if he
But the
intends
intent...
to remember what's stored there, he will. I certainly am not going
Did
to
you
do it.
try? Do you know if that's how that works?
That's what the book said.
Do you know how one
Probably.
enacts the power, or do you just presume that it's just, oh, you have to
Yes.
make sure that you understand exactly the piece you're holding, and not just him being like, I really want to save Matheria, and then suddenly it activates?
Is a piece of memory. To enact the power, you need to be in service to memory.
Sounds like a lot of what ifs.
And have colors reflected through you or something.
You're making a lot of
What
assumptions.
was I supposed to do? Keep it in my library quietly, learn forbidden secrets that no one else should, and store them away quietly while the continent dies?
No,
Or give
you
people
have a
back what belongs to
library.
them?
People enter it and read. You share the knowledge, not hand it out. Never to
probably where I'd
expect
be
it
going
back.
wrong.
Remember, books are returned.
I keep copies of them. I hope he finds out what's in
Do
there.
do you
I hope
have
he
a
sees that
copy of the
memory. I hope
shard,
he
too,
writes-
in your pocket?
No, but I can't open it. I hope he remembers what's in there and finds it. Maybe he writes it down and we have a talk sometime. And I make a copy of it. It doesn't
Laza,
belong to me.
What is done is done.
I don't
If
know.
he fucking kills everyone, then the same thing will happen if you release your zombie plague, or if the ancients come back, or if
What is that?
High takes over the continent. None of this shit.
What are these
doesn't matter.
assumptions?
The assumptions are that this place is only going to last a decade. And the six of us are the only people who... Well, now Captain Carter are the only people who know that. Maybe some other travelers, but... They're probably fighting criminal scum or something. None of this matters. These fucking moral quandaries and these nuances of politics and all that.
Look.
If we fail and we die, then I died serving what Ezekiel served. That is what I am doing. Blindly walking forward.
All you had to do is open your damn eyes.
Sell it however you want to sell it. We're here to do a job. This seemed to Marlowe like a clever way of doing it. Perhaps with less bloodshed.
Tyr poisoned this land, caused the very destruction of this continent that we are fighting against because of the very power you just handed off. You understand this, right? The very reason why this entire problem exists is something you just handed to somebody.
That didn't belong to me.
But it was given to you.
You
held responsibility for it. We all thought you held that responsibility.
I would like to speak up as...
Please.
I feel like we all misunderstood one another. Marlowe does things differently from how you do things, Gruul. He follows his God, as you and I follow as moral actions and nuance and so and so. What he does will be a lot different from what you think is right. I do not disagree or agree with what Marlowe has done. Then again, I know very little of what this shard contains, what memories, the great threat. If it gave us some time with the church, so be it. We are arguing on about what has already been done and cannot be taken back.
What Laza says haunts me. His elation.
Nothing for it now. If we feel like we need to take it back later, maybe we will.
Can you assure there will be a later to take it back?
There'll be
No.
a time.
There's no guarantee of the future.
Is that how we're going to sweep it over? Is just, it is what it is, and we
What
move
are
on?
we supposed to do, Gruul?
I don't know.
What are we supposed to do?
Return back to him. Go back. Explain to him what you handed him.
We told him it was dangerous.
Wow.
He's
Amazing. You could also have handed him a bottle of explosives and told him it was also dangerous, and that would have been the equivalent of what you just told him.
Sure. I think he has a lot to think about.
If nothing else, it gave us time to work.
Oh my goodness. All you had to say is that this was the power that enslaved Matherian. Like, you could have given him any meaningful warning.
Force that made a deal with her to achieve godhood.
I believe this argument is becoming known. You're not winning this argument with Marlowe.
We need to inform him.
He's been informed. It's very dangerous.
I don't think we will escape the second time with him.
Do another sending. Use magic or something.
He didn't seem overly pleased about the first time we did that.
I don't care if... God, some of my accents. I don't care if somebody is pleased with me talking to them about not ending the world. Tyr literally caused all of this.
You know what?
For that power.
You got a problem with it, Gruul? You go do it.
You going to make
alone?
I'll have my 2 guards stand at the door.
When you do what you think is necessary to save the world or whatever, I'll give my opinion, but I won't stop you from doing whatever it is you're going to do. I've learned to trust all of you here, including that one.
Raise his eyebrow.
Mouse. Thanks for not shooting that guy in the head.
It took great restraint. You were blathering for what felt like forever.
That's my bad.
Hey, can you adjust your mic a little, Luke? Like I keep losing the last bit of you, and I think it might be.
Oh shit!
Like,
Yeah,
I think
it's my noise gate.
Yeah, I think it's the noise gate on your side is cutting you off really bad.
Marlowe, next time, personally, and I think I can speak for everyone here on this, I would prefer to know what the plan is before we go in and wing it.
This is assuming that I have a plan.
I don't like that you
Precisely.
don't have a plan. I think there should be a plan when we go in and do this kind of thing.
All right, then what's our plan for the dwarves? We attack them? Do we go in friendly?
No, we
Yeah,
go.
plan
We
for that.
observe them. We see what they are. If we find out if they are ghosts or not, we assess the situation. And then, if they seem like they communicate in some way, perhaps we will communicate then. Certainly don't think we should just go in guns blazing or winging it or without any plan of any kind. Let's go watch them.
You and do you mind taking the lead? I have a lot on my mind.
If we're all going, sure.
We should go. All of us. But we watch. We do not engage. We need to find out what their deal is. If there's a way, if they are some kind of mindless ghost or undead, then maybe there's a way to just go around them, or something. A clever way, an intelligent, slow way. Mr. Crone, if you would kindly lead the way. I do not think that we should just strut down the street. Netherians may be giving us some leeway, but I don't think we should parade it.
I agree. Stick to the shadows.
All right,
Follow my lead.
survival and stealth. Let me see them.
Okay.
I will not be rolling those.
Hang on, let me re-roll that real quick. Good.
This isn't a.
I can't survive.
I got survival. Somewhat.
Well,
Okay.
survival for all of us?
No, survival for the group. But this, oh my, please stop.
Reroll that one.
Big, re-roll that one.
Please, no more.
I am confused.
Oh my
I don't know what's happening.
Can I roll insight for why we're rolling survival?
You're rolling survival to find the dwarves.
Oh shit. Okay. Cool.
Unfortunately, you all suck. So
We're
Roman is
very
physically
stealthy,
confused while
but
we're
we
all
can't.
looking.
I you spend the next 6 hours wandering from house to house, searching for the district, going down the wrong streets, getting turned around, and realizing that maybe this city sucks. The streets make no sense. It's like, oh, actually, I have the perfect example. It's the San Francisco street system.
Oh fuck. Fuck this place.
no.
Let's leave.
Oh, fuck. Alright. After about 6 hours, those of you that are not dead start to tire.
Boo.
Where the fuck are
I think
we?
I stepped in.
This
I think I stepped
city
in
is
human
terrible.
shit.
Then you come out of one of the streets and you see the home base. You've went in a complete circle.
I hate this city.
We follow the sun. Rises in the east, sets in the west.
What sun went in the ground?
Good advice there, Marlowe. Good advice.
You just follow the sun undergroundly. And you
Just
put
feel it.
your name in the goblet of fire. Dumbledore said calmly.
Ah,
The live ones are weak and need sleep.
Again? It's only been, what, 12 hours?
you completely turned around.
They are exhausted. We have to accommodate for them.
Accommodate, more like accommodate.
Please, Gruul, turn it off. Please.
I'm not with you.
Oh, never mind. That didn't happen.
Yeah,
Ah.
bro stayed behind.
Feel good. I feel really good about this
Never
one.
mind. Sorry. All right. Do you do anything while they're out wandering around?
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm going to take Knarh's advice, and I'm going to go on my own.
Oh boy!
Why?
Okay, so I'm
Oh, wait.
gonna let those 6 hours of them wandering around trying to they're just lost, and you are gonna do what? Please be specific.
I am going to leave my weapons behind, specifically. Leave Barrow behind. I DM'd you just a message.
Okay.
To give to Barrow, and he will openly walk down the streets as he knows that he's already informed their men about them, and he will attempt to get the attention of one of the Mytharians.
Okay. You wave down one of the Mytharians. They approach with their swords drawn. There's like 3 of them, but they'll stop, recognizing you, and will say, "Are you one of the comrades of Marlowe?"
Yes, I was informed of something dire, and your Lord John Carter, he was given something, a very dangerous item. If possible, I would like to see him. He needs to know what he has.
We will send a message. The captain's quite busy.
I need you to understand, this is dire. His life and many others here can be in danger.
They'll both look at each other, and then they'll look back and they'll say, "We will tell him, and we will send a message when he is ready to meet."
I will wait.
Alright, they will leave.
Swigg, it's Beaker Street, not Beacon Street. We've been here before.
No, we haven't. These stones on the ground are different. We should go that way.
I know my stones.
I hate
Seems
stones.
like you don't. We've been here before. We should go the opposite way.
Wouldn't the
I had
dwarf
my
know
undead
his-
standing here. We literally walked around him.
See?
They're so big.
I know my stones, he says to the dwarf. Okay. At about the end of that 6 hours, while Gruul is patiently waiting for a message to be sent back, do you wait at the home base? Which is where they know... Well, you wouldn't have told them where you were. Where are you waiting for him, Gruul? It's important.
Right where I found the other Mytharians. I want to be...
Awesome. So the rest of you guys are all gonna go wiggle, 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 yeah, wiggle, 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 yeah, where, yeah, this is the wrong way, fuck. And then Kraig, Gruul is, we'll say you win here for convenience sake. And whilst you are standing there, you will see something quite alarming. About the end of that 6 hours, you will see a flash of light. It burns for just a single moment. And it bears a terrible color. And then it passes. What do you do?
Sorry, need a moment. How long would it take me to get back to base? Like an hour?
About that much.
How far away was the light? Could I tell? Like
Across the
perception?
chasm.
Across the chasm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Are there Are there Mytharians on this side of the chasm?
No, not that you can see.
And how long would it take for me to attempt to cross the chasm?
About the same time.
About another hour?
Yeah, you'll have to go downstairs, cross bridges, go upstairs.
He will return.
Okay. And so I'm going to zoom back in as everybody's kind of like, what the fuck? We went in a circle as Gruul comes bursting through the door.
Ah,
Alright, tell me if I'm a little too loud. Marlowe! They fucking did it. I saw it. It lit up across the chasm. The fuck.
You know who?
The
Washington
violet.
is? No.
They used it. I could see it flash across the entire chasm.
What did they do with it?
I said it was across the chasm. I have no idea.
that was a flash.
Yes.
Flash.
I'm
So
not
it's
going to pretend to know what that means.
Look, you were
Do
there.
you know? Yes,
You were in the library with them.
I read a few books. Mostly I perused around. What is happening?
It's what little we were able to understand of the church. Remember, it's oblivion, it's memory, it's power that so grand that apparently a man went around the entire known of reality, destroying everything in his wake just to stop it, and he barely succeeded. And now our entire world is in danger from the leftovers of what he used to try and fight it.
This enemy thing is dead.
No, it's not dead.
Yeah.
It's sealed. And we have a piece of it that was left over.
Are there other pieces? Little bits?
I can only assume. What does this matter in the moment?
There were at some points.
Maybe if we had simpler terms. I pulled the depth art egg. Oh. This is an apocalypse.
Okay.
What that violet is can tear out the whole world of Verum. Not just Corvinus. Verum is at stake. Is that's what is
Well, a mouse will
saying.
It was
pinch
grander
the
than
bridge
that.
of her nose.
It was larger than Verum. It was larger than any of this. It said it reached that the violet was going to be something that would end everything, not just us.
It was also someone who was derelict of their duty and sealed
And the irony.
and reaccepted their duty.
Marlowe, you don't seem worried.
I'm not worried. I'm a little worried about that egg, but then again,
How can you be worried about the Depthar and not the tool he used them for? Like the thing that he altered them for to try and contain. He used
Suppose
one of
if
the
the
greatest
Depthar won.
monsters ever created to defeat an even greater enemy. I don't understand how all of you are so calm right now.
you have no idea what happened. You just said you saw a violet
Correct.
light, and here you are freaking out.
My apologies. I didn't realize that possibly having something that could end all of reality appear right, an hour's walk away was.
I'm
a little
sorry,
too-
I've touched a violet thing before.
Have you had a giant
It
flash
doesn't-
of light at activating it?
Well, if
So-
you're worried, we could go take a stroll, I guess.
We
Please,
should
go
probably
near-
find out what happened.
we need to.
And there have been shards of the enemy before. They've been used for weapons
Good and bad
Dude.
alike, I'm assuming.
to great effect, but also
Alright,
I'm not
fine. Marlowe wasn't sure if it would be activated. It got activated. And Gruul's concerned.
Miss
Shall
Knarh,
we check it out?
Miss Knarh,
Yes.
where should we go next? You are the single most objectively thinking person in this party right now.
We should probably check on the light. I don't think Gruul is gonna have a.
Gruul's going to throw a fit if we don't check on the light.
Go check
Yeah.
on the light. We have wasted an entire day wandering around this stupid hole in the ground.
At least
We
we
have
know
done-
where the light is. We couldn't
have
find
done-
the dwarves.
We've done nothing with this day.
Did you see
Nothing.
the dwarves when you were looking for the light?
He is visibly grinding his teeth right now. Can we just move now? As he begins to,
We'll follow you.
Following you. Lead us to it.
he's gonna rearm himself, grab barrel, and head out.
Our notices that he left his weapons.
All
We
right.
go.
To the violet light.
Violet flash.
Towards the grand adventure.
Towards the Metherians.
We are killing the Metherians, right? This is the point.
No.
This is
As
the
I
point where
jokingly
we
say.
talk to them because we're still on good terms.
It was a joke, Knarh. Apologies.
You know, more bodies would be useful for the whole reanimating thing.
Speaking of jokes, are we taking Barrel of Laughs?
Yes.
Yes,
Please
I
no.
have him with me.
Ugh. He was cute at first, but now
We're all exhausted and worn. Let's just hurry to this event that is potentially world-ending.
But you're like mentally exhausted, right? Because if you're exhausted, like your
Oh.
body.
Oh yeah, you're new here. They argue like this every time.
Uh,
Oh yeah,
I see.
every once in a while we just hand out, powerful artifacts of endless destruction out to the.
it's
The
always
boar?
something new, Swigg.
We do
Don't
come
worry.
across a lot of those, don't we, Gruul?
Yes, but strangely we've kept them all.
seems like you haven't.
All right. Everybody loaded?
Yep.
yes.
9, yes.
Oh, yep.
When you reach about this point, something stops Marlowe. Whilst the party is walking, Marlowe will notice that there is a single stone on the step. Impossibly smooth. Just sitting on the stone step.
Marlowe will break away from the conversation. Go over to pick it up.
You go over to pick it up. It has a single word in Terran etched onto it. It says, "Speak."
is a kind.
The etchings on the stone will shift from speak to yes.
I am listening.
The stone will then change to the word stone.
Laws are here.
I'm right here, Mr. Marlowe, says an invisible ghost.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I believe Azakine has something to say. Will you join me?
Well, yeah. Should the others come too?
Yeah, if they'd like to.
Come where?
Into the orb.
The stone sanctuary.
Jump in my rock.
Jump in my rock.
This is a
Here we go.
call from your deity.
It is, yes.
Detic
Join
signs
them,
are
Gruul.
important.
I'll keep watch. You too, Swigg. You are perhaps a druid and this is me up. Maybe
Oink.
drop your alley.
All right.
Oink.
Such a pig.
Don't worry. Do not worry. We will watch over the rock and stone. Please have a good time.
It's always a joy
Marlowe.
to have you around, Beryl.
Thank you. My parameters of joy have been fulfilled. Now I can be angsty. Angsty complete.
What's a rock's favorite music?
Before he finishes, Marlowe will...
We'll just use it and get out of there, please, dear God. Presses the eject button
Do I get to hear it?
as everybody disappears. As Barrow of Laugh says, "Berry Mana Rock! Ha! Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Oink!"
I will drop the two undead and I'll tell him just to wait with Beryl. Follow that guy. Is there a cliff edge up anywhere I can land on with breakfast? That's pretty high up.
Yeah, you can go be all broody up on the
I will fly onto a cliff ledge to hide
Bat Pig overwatches.
with the orb.
Got it.
His name is Pegahog. Thank you.
The Barrel of Laughs will keep telling jokes to the undead creatures. As they
That's
have
fine.
been informed to follow him, they will mimic laughing, which keeps giving Barrel of Laughs more and more confidence.
That's right. They're distractions. And
Awkward
they're
might have developed an
Mytharians,
infinite
so
feedback loop.
You
It's
gave them
just-
eternity for this.
It's a humorous feedback loop of which there is no escape. Okay. Oh boy. Now it's time to make things extra spicy.
Spicy.
Infinite funny glitch. Very good.
you're welcome. As they do their Olachenhai. As a kind speak, I'll look out for any violet flashes that Gruul has mentioned.
Loaded.
Oh shit, my hot dogs are burning. Be right back.
That's it. Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Loaded.
Hey. Okay. Oh, it is time. All right. 2 more seconds, almost done.
Well, today certainly was eventful.
True.
Ah, dang, I was muted that whole time.
I bet it was very invigorating.
No, I'm sure it was hilarious, but now we'll never know. It's fine. I'll just suffer.
No, do it again.
No, I can't. It had the moment. It was a response. We'd have to do the whole thing over again. It would feel rehearsed. Felt good.
Gotta live in the moment.
Gotta live in the moment, or it's gone.
Is that a Pitbull line?
A pit bull? What?
I think that's a Pitbull line. Hold on.
He's a music artist.
Oh,
Gotta live in the moment, man.
Wait, you guys haven't heard of Mr. Worldwide?
I guess I haven't.
Like Dua Lupe.
It's Dua Lipa. Thank
Oh.
you very much.
My apologies. I don't know where
You
to look.
like
That's
the
why.
music, though.
You guys hear the
This
music,
music's a
right?
banger.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Hold on, one more thing I have to take care of. Be right back.
Word, Craig, I'm on you with this.
Remember those like 8+ hours we spent talking about the egg? My man here just hands over the bush.
Not my fucking fault if he uses it wrong.
I made a very low effort Gruul fan
Oh,
art.
it's not my fault if I had the Tandler, the gun that he shoots himself with.
It really isn't. Like,
If it makes you feel any better,
objectively
you can drop the act, dude.
Hey, yeah, now I'm just self-justified. You
I
know,
might
it's
have
fine.
to, 'cause
Gebzar
even-
versus Violent, who wins?
I might to even out the level field. I might have to.
Yeah, you know.
That's why I stayed out the orc. That's what
Two
I'm exactly
negatives make a
doing.
positive, eventually.
We
Not
don't
how
know
that
what's a
works.
negative. You saw a violet light and then started freaking the fuck out. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, do we have any prescient considered right now that says that's not a bad thing?
Yeah. Violet
Yeah.
is the color of memory. The
And?
covenant, the broken prism was restored.
Violet, yes, it has been restored. It's no longer inherently evil.
The colors don't have as much weight as they. I could write up a fucking defense proposition, but
Why
felt
bother?
I felt moved to do something, and I'm like, I am going to do the right thing.
So we've downgraded it from WND to ICBM. Gotcha.
Okay, sure, yeah. If you
Maybe.
see it as an ICBM, go for it. But I see it as returning a memory that doesn't belong to me to the people that it does belong to.
The only person whose memories would belong to are the person who holds those memories, which would be Mytheria, not her followers. What?
She already knows what happened. Or people don't. They didn't write it down, or they fucking were like, kill magic users. Doing good for
I
them.
don't know, Brian. You're sounding a lot more like an Alokan High follower right now than an Izakeen follower.
No, Alakanai would use it for leverage, in order to propagate himself psychically.
He would not restrict someone's ability to learn something for his own gain.
Nobody gains something from it.
But yeah, he'd effectively psychically breed through the giving of it.
I think we'll find out with Ethelkind.
True.
The point of creating a library is that the library has rules.
Yeah, like taking things out of it. Which even the
He did
library
exactly
of
what
Pascal.
Cornelius did.
Yeah, he did exactly what Cornelius did. So he's following his.
Cornelius did the same thing.
He did.
It
He
wasn't
handed you
his
an egg.
Yeah.
He was ordered to do that against his own will. What?
It was never the library he gave it to.
He could have chose not to do it.
No, he couldn't have.
All
Crowley
right.
would have destroyed.
He could have.
He
All right.
could. There's always a choice.
Here we go. As you step to the stone portal, it is at this point that you feel an immense presence on the other side. Marlowe, as you enter your stone sanctuary, you feel that you are not alone. That there are others present. Within the center of your stone sanctuary, 3 great statues appear before you, rising up out of the sand below. Each one of them representing a facet of a god of knowledge. As you step through, these 3 statues appear. The first as a dragon. The second as a stone orb. And the third as a great stone eye. As you stand before them, you can feel their presences quiet somewhat, expecting. The first to speak amongst them is the middle statue. With a croaking, gravelly voice, it speaks. Forward, Marlowe.
Behold, colleagues, servant of mine. Forward, Laza Trolakoramon. Observe, colleagues, servant of mine. Called to answer, called to learn.
Within, each of the stone presences will begin to shudder, as if communing this information. The next to speak will be the dragon statue. Greetings to thee, mortal. I am the effigy of Rune Theris, the Ancient One, Dragon Father. I guard the practical, pragmatic, an overall goodly application of knowledge itself. Ezekine will rumble and will state, "You know of me already, servant." And the eye begins to rumble.
Dark truth here. Hey.
Ezekine will rumble. Servant of mine. You have been called. For your action ripples, waxes and wanes. You have been called that you might understand what is to pass. The others will sort of shudder. The eye will speak.
You did a good thing. Man deserved to know what his goddess was thinking. Oh, so good. I could still feel his shock. It's pretty good.
It was reckless. The prism is sealed, but its colors yet still linger. They may not be within their primordial forms. Their power is not to be trifled with, and certainly not errantly decided by a mortal's hand. Ezekine will respond, "My servant has made me proud. He has acted in the defense of the forgotten." Can you truly speak, Rune Theris? Upon the infidelity of his action to be just. I do not claim that his action is unjust, Ezekine. I claim, however, that its reckless application he is ignorant of, and what might occur. Now all must pay consequence. The eye will shudder.
And what's the problem with that, exactly, Dragon Father? Now they'll know the truth of their silly little goddess. Maybe they might stop hiding in the ignorance of her light.
Rune Theris will respond. You claim that the ignorance of her light is what shields them, and whilst I agree to a certain point, the knowledge they have gained by following the facsimile of her is undeniable. The stone eye will jiggle.
That's true. They made a lot of discoveries they wouldn't have otherwise. But still, she's so lame.
Ezekine will shudder. Servant of mine, you have been called not for judgment, but to show. Gaze
upon the stone.
And Ezekine will begin to rapidly etch out a mural and essentially show you what happened. Upon the stone. Go ahead.
Look. You will look at the stone.
What you see is Captain Carter with his abolishers studying the strange shard. One of them will look over and will ask, "Sir, are you sure? This is dangerous." The captain will respond, "If what that Marlowe man has stated is true, then we may yet find what has happened to our dear beloved Metheria. Perhaps we may find where she is and how to release her. The world may yet still be healed. Do it." The abolishers will place their hands upon the stone, and the crystal will shatter, but it will not flash with a violet light. Because I never said it did. Only a terrible light flashed from the stone, but it is not a violet, for Corvanus is not of 7. It instead flashes with orange. And with that flash, you will suddenly see the eyes of all those present flash with the same color. You will see Captain John Carter smile and say, "We will save her! No matter what!" The others will raise their fists and cheer. Behind, what appears to be a rod or other small form of piece of wood and metal is left behind in the shard, which the captain takes, and the mural stops. Ezekine will then rumble, "Servant of mine. Memory you have restored. Record you have kept. Good tidings and righteous cause. But to be tempered in wisdom. Ambition is rife within your realm. Look around you and you will see it. Kings, priests, and councils seek to drown their world in blood. We are to record it, but we cannot help but weep the losses that are to come." The eye will shake. "And there are many that don't even know what they are fighting for. Surely you must see the injustice in that, Dragon Father." "I agree. As much as it disgusts me. One should know what one is fighting for, to put one's life on the line." The eye will then shudder and shake.
You just agree with me, Dragon Father? Well, that hasn't happened in a few centuries.
Yes, I know. Do you? You sure you know? Ezekine will rumble and the other two will pipe down. "Servant of mine. Continue your path. Ambition stirs in the hearts of those in power. Perhaps your tempered hand may lead them from destruction. We must record what is. But records need hands to write them. If I might interject, dear colleague," Ezekine will give the floor. "Marlowe, servant of the Forge Father, I, Rune Theris, the Ancient One, speak to you."
Yes, it is I.
"Listen well my words, that you might know of their caution. You have wielded knowledge well. As its servant, you have kept true to pen and parcel. But do not forget that the world, as recorded by beauty and hands, the creativity of stories and art, are made by those that live. Too much death, and no one writes of it. Your heart, I see, trembles with the embers of justice. You claim many things, but act in accordance with them, even if you do not believe in them yourself. Your companion sees them in you. I can see their eyes shine with their pride of you. Laza will give a big smile and will pat Marlowe on the back with his trunk.
Marlowe will turn around at him, kind of, tears in his eyes. He's not crying.
The eye statue will start to shake.
Hey. But remember also that this world will lie. And as much as I enjoy a good lie, it's a little fucked up. Make sure that they know what they're fighting for. Make sure that this Mytheria's light doesn't keep the truth from them, the real truth. And then when you show it to them, don't stop, just keep doing it.
Ezekine will shudder, and the eye will pipe down. You have done well, servant of mine. Your task, made for yourself, is greater indeed. For the star of ambition has fallen, and its impact will shudder the realm. Prepare thyself, continue thy mission, and know that you have my pride and my obedience.
And if you ever want to, get some eyes, you just let me know.
Do not tempt him, dark truth. Cease.
Yeah, sure, go with that guy.
Enough. They are guests in your home. A home you have built for yourself and your comrades. A home that I have felt most welcome, servant of mine. Defend the gate. Summon those that would listen. Ambition stirs in their hearts. Temper it with wisdom. 5 stars of its points must become 6. Death is coming. Endure and survive. And the vision fades. And the stone statues fall into the sand.
I don't understand.
I do. We got a job to do.
But so what's happened? What do they have now?
Marlowe will drop to his knees. Eyes kind of glaze over.
I'll be back in a moment. Mouse, hang on.
Lazo, can you see to him?
No. All right. Sits down next to Marlowe.
Laza just sits right next to him and claps his little elephant hands together.
You absorbing? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, pats you on the back. You just keep absorbing then.
You're a good friend, Knarh. You too, Mr. Laza.
I try to be.
Same for all of you. So thanks.
Right. So we gotta be a little bit of wisdom in this world. It's not quite my style, but we'll get there.
Marlowe will stand up.
Stands back up.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Sorry,
Hey.
I'm very happy with everything.
It turned out good.
So Marlowe. First things first, right? Then we move to the next one.
Yeah, it sounds good.
All right. Good. That's
This is Mouse.
Yes, Marlowe.
Do you have one of those drawings you could leave?
Another one? I have to leave one every time.
Someone has to.
She'll like pull out her little journal and find one of Laza. And yes, I'll leave one this time, but somebody owes me big.
Don't take this the wrong way, but you're very pretty.
Wow.
Who do you say that to?
Yeah. Who do you say that to? Rome, right? Rome, right?
No. Twilight Mouse.
Oh, okay.
No, well, she's dressed
That
like
disguise.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, wow, she's disguised as Isaac.
Big sigh.
I understand now.
All right.
So, does this clear things up? Does this help? Can we move forward now?
Ambition.
Yeah.
So this continent is following the laws of the colors as well.
The fifth,
Fellows.
right? Five
Yes.
pointed star. It all makes sense.
But they said the 5 must become 6.
Looks at.
Yeah, wasn't really in the mood to ask questions about that. Usually not. But I guess we
Do
are.
Did they
Pretty
follow the
ambitious.
rainbow colors? Like in order?
Yeah, the 7 rainbow color. You wear the light. You wear the light.
Vermelha, laranja, amarelos, verdes, azul, a new. So
I'm sorry,
So-
what?
What?
That
It's
was
a-
Hebrew.
no, it's a halfling song. It helps you remember the order of the colors.
Portuguese.
What is anil? What is anil in common? It's a type of blue, right? Indigo.
Indigo, yeah.
So Corvanus would not normally have indigo. Do we need to find that? Is that what it is?
I don't know. but
They're not
I
in
think we should
order.
definitely. We should take the city.
Indeed.
I think we're on the right path.
One step at a time.
Knarh looks at where the stone eye was.
They
When
seem
we're done with this, I'd better get my friend back.
They seemed
As you
convinced.
walk away, Knarh, you just hear laughter.
You too.
All right. That's roll call session right there.
Good sesh.
Man, what a
Yes.
sick session that was.
We're so
I couldn't-
conversationalist.
I couldn't say anything, Gruul, because you didn't ask, but I was
You
like,
didn't.
terrible color. What's the color? What's
It's a
the color?
terrible one.
Oh yeah, I was going to make that assumption no matter what. You like, there's no way. Oh yeah, I don't know. You're terrible color.
I was there like,
went
what's
halfway.
the
No,
color?
we're moving. We're moving, and I'm
We're
not.
moving.
Half
then
that
you
session
were
was
like,
me
because-
like putting my extra large bad dragon in my mouth, and the other half the session was me pogging into the infinite.
Ah, yes.
What's the name?
Orange. Fuck. Name of what?
Yeah, never mind. Luke will save if he wants to.
The Bad Dragon?
I'll send you-
His
Of the bad
Yeah,
dragon,
I gotta-
which
I gotta-
one it
you can
is?
use- You can use my referral code.
Alright. Are there any fan arts? Let's see. Oh
A little
god.
bit.
There's a lot.
I think it
Oh,
started from
my-
like last Friday.
Yeah, you got to go back. Yeah.
It's been accumulating all week.
Oh no. Alright.
Accumulating.
Episode 3. Let's find out what abominations are waiting for me in this one.
I think the tortilla was the last one we saw.
Yeah, it was the
It's
tortilla.
a trip.
No, not that. Anything but that.
Yes.
Barrel of Last Racist Tirade.
Redo it. Key.
We accept elf slander in this house.
Yeah, it's
Twilight
like,
Mouse, you have saved Marlowe. Say something anime after that crit. Die.
Yeah.
Organic undercooked flour tortillas. Marlowe getting ready to talk to Captain Carler. Dedicate 17 consecutive hours to building an epic combat that exploits every party weakness, forces players out of their comfort zones for expected actions, and would rival the Battle of the Mines of Moria. Party on game day. We would like to negotiate a peace treaty with... No, they're sharing! Stop, stop, stop! That was lovely, it warms my heart, but that was not conflict.
Tell me about your feelings, Mr.
Sagas without Solace. Has no idea what's going on, is having a great time.
This is so fucking accurate.
It's so
It's
accurate.
so accurate.
Is having a great
love-
time, knows about half the plan.
Me.
Is just along for the ride. This is pretty much going on. Traveler Con. Traveler Con, part duh.
No one showed up.
Traveler Con, part tray.
We set this up and not a single
Ah,
player
yes.
party.
The Twilight Mouse.
The Twilight Mouse.
No.
Damn.
Lovely.
Bro,
Absolutely
look at this.
lovely.
I love Soulfat. Look at this man.
Oh, Van Art.
The Ginny Pie.
It's canon.
Dude, I like how long your sword is.
It's so long. I gotta reach.
So long.
Fresh
Yeah.
is beautiful.
Little Marlowe. This is really good.
Dude, she's so hot.
You dense motherfucker. Yep. This is me. Yeah, this is me. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. This would be so much easier if I wasn't colorblind.
That's funny. Canon now.
Orange.
Orange. Orange.
Terrible, you say.
I just like to see the terrible orange in the side there. Just
On
haunted.
Spectrum, what is terrible for a color?
You know what's great? The most ambitious person in Corvallis is decked out in orange.
Yeah, he is.
It is so sick, dude.
Yeah, he is.
I love my little coincidences I get to throw out there.
He's cooking. Don't say it's coincidence. Let us all bask in you know what it really is.
Yeah. The Brass Baron. Brass is quite orange, wouldn't you say?
Quite orange. Wouldn't you agree?
He's a Devthar.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all your support, all the follows, all the subs. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for hanging out. You guys are great. Hugs and/or kisses. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Edge of Twilight at 11 a.m. CST.
Yeah.
Remember, keep your toes safe. Wear sandals.
Oh no,
What?
my